I'm happy to be a member.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Green at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
Bank of America is one of our top picks. They just announced a $25 billion buyback program, and that's, I think, is going to be very big for the stock today.
Buybacks could be a huge part of this market in the next couple of months and quarters, could they not?
Absolutely. These companies are flush with cash. They have strong balance sheets. And
If they have strong balance sheets, they wouldn't be doing stock buybacks. It's unbelievable. It's just like stimulus. Nobody wants to believe when a country does a stimulus, that's like life support. But nobody wants to believe that. Now, they're doing stock buybacks. Why do they do stock buybacks, especially the banks? You go take a look at the bank stocks in the last couple of days. They're not doing well. I've been telling you since 2018 that the banks are in trouble. They've been in trouble since 2008. Remember, Bush should have let those banks fall apart in 2008. He should have taken the 5 largest banks that screwed everything up and just get rid of them. Get rid of their assets. Split those assets among the other 8,000 banks. We'd have been fine. But no, he saved the banks. And by saving the banks, he destroyed the free market. That's what he did. He destroyed the free market. Stock buybacks, remember what the purpose of a stock buyback is. When you have lousy earnings, call them profits. The first thing you do to rig your stock to go up, you go in and lower the amount of outstanding shares you have. So if you have 5 million shares outstanding, print money, give it to the banks. The banks at zero free. They go in and they buy their outstanding shares. Let's say it was 5 million. They drop it down, or 10 million. They drop it down to 5 million. By dropping down the amount of shares, the earnings now are fine. Before dropping the amount of shares, the earnings would have showed a loss. But by dropping the amount of shares, then you spread those earnings over fewer shares, then your earnings go up and it jacks up the price of the stock, called a bubble. We've been doing this, for God's sake, since 2008 under QE, where they printed money, keep buying treasuries, drop those interest rates down to zero so they could lend the money to the corporation to buy their own stock back because they knew their earnings were going to be so terrible. Remember what these millionaires were trying to do. The millionaires, the billionaires, the top 1%, the 1%, they were trying to get their money back from what they lost in the stock market. They didn't care about Main Street. When we entered QE, remember Bernanke told everybody, QE is going to be wonderful. The rich are going to get richer, but that's okay because they're going to take all that wealth and they're going to plow it right back into new businesses, the existing businesses. We're going to increase productivity, increase wages, increase spending, increase savings so they can go out and people can start their own businesses. All a bunch of crap. Was a lie. Never did any of that. That's just unbelievable. Stock buybacks now. First it was QE, then stock buybacks, now stimulus, now more stock buybacks. But that's great because, as I told you yesterday, let's keep doing momentum trading. Just buy those stocks that are making new highs, the popular stocks that are making new all-time highs. And if you have the right chart, like my chart, it'll tell you when it's time to get out of Dodge. See, that's the problem. All this market is an extended bubble. They're just extending it. They're extending it. It's unbelievable. You know, more money has come into the stock market in the last 5 months than in the last 12 years, they've told us. You want to know why? Because everything Powell and the Federal Reserve is doing is not to prevent a crash. It's just extending it, making investors complacent. You hear what she's saying. Everything's wonderful. Stock buybacks are wonderful. All they're doing is extending the crash. It's making investors so complacent. It's unbelievable. Starting with stimulus, which is now extending this longest bull market in history. It's extending it. Let's talk about big tech. Most of that money that's coming in is going to the big tech growth stocks. The same old stocks that started this whole movement in 2013. And now you got all this money coming in, and you got the same people that don't know what they're doing chasing the big tech stocks. Chasing Tesla, which we own. A pure momentum play is at play right now. You can make a lot of money in this market as long as you know when to get out of it. At least my chart gives you a warning. As the stock's going up, we'll get a warning in advance. It'll turn yellow. The candlesticks will turn yellow, warning us institutions are pulling out, starting to pull out. Then it goes from yellow to red, which means you better be out. We were out when the stock market crashed in February of 2020, where we had that 34% drop. 2 days before that crash, my chart started to turn, actually 5 days before that, my chart started to turn yellow, a warning, and then it turned red. There was no reason for any of my members or anybody who was using my chart to get caught in that crash. In fact, it was a wonderful thing because it gave us an opportunity to sell short, make money on the way down. It's unbelievable. So they're extending the bubble. And now here's another way of doing it, stock buybacks. Now, again, remember, all this money is a pure momentum play, especially in the big growth stocks, especially in the big tech stocks. You just got to know when to get out. Now, remember, there's a lot of pitfalls of these high yields, but nobody cares. Big pitfalls of these high yields and inflation. These high yields are causing inflation. As I keep telling you over and over, isn't it February when we had a 10% correction in big tech stocks? The yields were at 125 basis points. Too much for big tech. They corrected 10%. Now they're at 1.67, 1.68, 1.65. No problem. Don't worry about it. We're not going to have another 10% correction. So what? Because the inflation's temporary. We're being told the inflation's temporary. So people are back in the big tech stocks. And this is where all that money is going, and big growth stocks like Tesla. We're even in Tesla, but we know when to get out. So think about it. We are printing money 24/7. There's no stopping. Our debt is nearing $30 trillion. And they're saying there's no inflation. Yet the CPI and the PPI all came in hot. And the housing prices, they've increased 10 to 30% over the last year. Oh, but no inflation. And nobody cares. Friday, we're going to get the housing starts and building permits. Who cares? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. As long as we get the banks now buying their own shares back, those stocks go up, everybody will follow. But that's good. Join my gang. Follow us. At least we'll get you out in time. They won't, but we will. Right back after this break on Phil's Gang.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the markets open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here. And it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
thinking about investing in the stock market, go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
Hi, I'm Phil Green at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. For the best insight in both the stock market and the economy, turn to the Phil's Gang YouTube channel, where each weekday at 3 p.m. Eastern, you get to listen to my Phil's Gang radio show, where you get the best information both on stocks and the economy. And each Friday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern, you get the new segment of my popular Market Crash Unfolding, where I detail the weekly events that are leading us up to the next crash. Both Phil's Gang radio show and Market Crash Unfolding on Phil's Gang YouTube channel. And while you go there, sign up for my free for 10 days, get my chart, the color-coded chart, tells you when to buy, when to add, when to sell, and when to run like hell. But best of all, when the market does start correcting, as it did between February and March of 2020 and dropped 34%, and by the way, took just 22 days, fastest ever. 2 days before that occurred, my chart started to turn yellow, or 3 days started to turn yellow, telling us, warning us to be out. Then it turned red to make sure we were out. They gave us a position, an opportunity rather, to position ourselves to play it short, so we made money on the way down. Look, they can keep running this market. I told you. You don't have to be afraid. This is called a momentum market now. What they are doing now and trying to drive this market, especially now with stock buybacks from the banks, they're throwing the kitchen sink at this market. But please remember one thing. You never do stock buybacks. You never do all of this free money, all this stimulus, sending out checks, $1,400, all this. You don't do that with a good economy. It only happens when your economy is dying. And it started to die with Bush. But my point is that you can play stocks on a momentum basis. Give you an example. If you took Facebook, when it turned green on my chart, it gave you an entry level. From the day it turned green to today, it's up 15%. Amazon, it turned green, up 10%. Google 11%, Microsoft 10%, Caterpillar's up 18%, Lowe's 17%, Wells Fargo 28%, Starbucks 11%, Citigroup 14%, Bank of America 17%. So our charts gave you an opportunity. You had an opportunity to capture 28% in Wells Fargo. Now, I'm not saying every gang member made all 28%. It's up to them once it turns green. When do they want to get in? And when do they want to get out? Well, what difference does it make if they made 8% or somebody else made 10%? That's not the point. It turned green. It told you it's safe to get in. The institutions are in there, and they're going to cover you. They're in there. But the best thing is they're going to tell you when to get out. And 85% of you always lose money. And you leave the stock market because you never know when to get out. Caterpillar, up 18%. That means from the day it turned green to today, 18%. Till some members made 8%, some 5%, some the whole 18%, some 10%. What difference does it make? If all you made was 5% a month, every month for 12 months, do you know what the return you would have? Incredible. Unbelievable. Facebook, Amazon, Google. Take the three of them. They're averaging about 12, 13%. But you got to know when to get out of them. All these stocks are ridiculous. They're overvalued, big time. But no one's going to tell you when to get out. But all this greed coming in from the sideline. People don't know what the hell they're doing. They're jumping into these same stocks. The difference is we know when to get out. I always tell you, I've been around stocks for 51 years. Been on this earth for 75 years. The most important thing that I could do was create a chart that would tell us when to get out. I created the chart first for myself. Took years. Then as things got better, the algorithms, so we finally got it done. And it works. So then I said, I'm going to give it to everybody. And I did. And what a difference when a member gets into a stock and he feels so good because he doesn't have to worry. He's going to have plenty of time, especially when he clicks that little button that turns on the yellow. It gives you that advance notice. You don't get that from anybody. You don't get that from the fake Business News Network. You don't get it from anybody. But you do get it from us. And every day we put out our portfolio at 2 o'clock. Steve, who's the head of our education department, puts out our portfolio of stocks. The stocks that our members are in our portfolio. And he goes through each stock telling you what to do. Like this.
Schlumberger, we're going to go ahead and continue to hold our short position, our stops at 34.
And he just goes on, and he goes to the next stock, and the next stock. How can you not make money? But the most important thing, any dope can get in the market and make money. But 85% don't. Isn't that ridiculous? 85% of people lose money in the market. Why? Because they don't know when to get out. You know, the last time, we keep talking about growing the economy. Think about it. The economy hasn't grown 3% since 2005. Think about that. Our owners, the 1/100th of 1%, they make an annual income of $152 million. They control Wall Street. They control our lawmakers. And they are the Federal Reserve. They control the Federal Reserve. The most powerful financial institution in the world. It's a corrupt institution. It's so corrupt. The mob is jealous. Because the Federal Reserve is controlled by bankster gangsters. Think about the people that control this, our owners, the 1/100th of 1%. They make $152 million each annual income. That's their annual income, not counting their net worth. I think the minimum net worth has to be like $12 billion. The 1%, and they take care of the 1%, whose income is $4 million a year. $490,000 a year, and their net worth is $4 million. That's who gets taken care of out of all of this. See, they know when to get out. And everything they're doing right now, you got to be delusional to think it's for you on Main Street. It's for them, not for you. But take advantage of it. More when I get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. I hope you're listening to me on my YouTube channel. And remember, every Friday on my YouTube channel at 6 p.m. or 6:30 p.m., I post a segment of the market crash unfolding. I could do a book on it, but instead I decided every Friday to take my thoughts, what happened with the market during the week, and to try to give everybody a heads up as to the crash, why it gets closer. Now, as I told you, with this last event where the banks now are going to save themselves by doing more stock buybacks to push their stock up, because remember, the banks has to lead the market. The leads start markets. The banks don't lead, markets in big trouble. Now, what they can do is bring the big tech stocks in to lead, but that won't work. You better be very, very careful with these tech stocks. And we're in them. Facebook. From the day it turned green, it's up 15%. Amazon, 10%. Google, 11%. Microsoft, 10%. All these big tech stocks. My members are in them. The day as I say, from the day our Pro 2 turned green, it was a buy signal. And I told them it's okay to be in these, especially be in the big ones, because when they break out to new highs, they have no resistance above them, no sellers. So let's play the momentum. But remember, one morning you're going to wake up and find out it's over, because they have to keep these interest rates going up. They can do everything under the sun to try to keep driving the yields down. They're printing money 24/7, trying to drive the treasury yields down by going out and buying treasuries. But the problem is, remember, we are up to 172 basis points back here in April. I forgot what the date was, but it was in April. And now they finally drove it down. They try to get it down to like 165 basis points, 160 basis points. Then it goes back up again. They're having a hell of a time keeping it down. And they keep printing and printing and printing and printing. Go buy more treasuries. Go buy more, trying to get that down. They can't do it because there's too much selling around the world of our treasuries. Europeans are selling our treasuries left and right, which makes the yields go up. The yields kill big tech stocks and growth stocks. But they came in with an unbelievable plan. The fake Business News Network and the Federal Reserve, which is not federal. It's no more federal than Federal Express, and they have no reserves. They came in with a plan. Let's tell everybody inflation is temporary. That way they're going to ignore the high yields on the big tech stocks. They're going to ignore the yields. They'll just keep buying, especially the people who are coming in every day that don't have no idea what they're doing. The same people who bought during the dot-com days came right in, right before Enron went down. Same thing. They have no idea what they're doing. But again, it's okay if they know how to get out, but they don't. They don't. So our gold. How many times did I tell you, don't give up on gold? The dollar's going to get crushed. Take a look at the dollar. It's going down. I told you this would happen. Ask my members. I told them over and over, watch gold every day. They're going to go back up. When gold rallied, that was our biggest year we ever had. We made more money that year than any other year. I think gold went up about, I forget what it was, 50, 60% to gold mining stocks. And we caught them just as they started to go up. And we got out perfectly right before they corrected, because our chart started to turn yellow. Started to give us a warning. Then turned red. If you don't believe it, just join the gang for 10 days and see if the chart does that for you. I mean, what do you got to lose, for heaven's sakes? Don't you want to know when to get out of a stock? But isn't it nice to know that you can get into these overpriced stocks and play the momentum and don't have to worry? You could sleep at night. Bank of America. Are you kidding me? Take the ETF, XLF. It's up 13% since the day it turned green. Why wouldn't you be in that? And then you got a warning to get out. And then if you remember, every day we post at 2 o'clock our portfolio telling you exactly what to do. We hold your hand, for heaven's sakes. And all we ask is you please reach out to St. Jude. That's all. I'm reaching out to you. You reach out to St. Jude. But gold's doing pretty good right now. AUI, since it turned green, is up 14%. Our GDX day, our juniors, they're up 6% since they just turned green. Gold's going to keep going up. I know, Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. I guess at 75 years old, I'm old-fashioned. But I like gold. I like gold. Because countries like gold. But you know, what's really crazy is, think about this. Especially Bush. He's no one understands. Bush was a socialist, closet socialist, and he destroyed our economy. He destroyed the free market system when he saved the banks. That's right, he did. He had a chance to really do something great, but he didn't. Think about this, because he wasn't saving Main Street. He was saving all his pals on Wall Street. He was saving the millionaire bankers. But think about this for a moment. Without the Federal Reserve, what would have happened? Unless they came in and intervened, what would have happened? A good thing. On September 2008, a good thing would have happened. The biggest banks in the world would have entered bankruptcy. They would have been liquidated. Another great thing would have happened. The economy would have experienced a 10% to 20% correction in GDP. The unemployment rate would have soared about 15%. The stock market would have fallen 70% instead of 50%. That's a good thing. Wealthy bondholders and stockholders would have seen their wealth cut in half. And all these politicians would have been thrown out of office. And the richest Americans, our owners, the 1/100th of 1%, the ruling class, and their partners, the top 1%, would have borne the brunt of the pain. See, that's what happens in a true capitalist system. That's what you want to happen. And for the people who survive, they come in and buy all these stocks and banks and companies on sale. That's how it's supposed to work. When stocks and assets get overblown, they got to be corrected. That's why we used to have recessions, to correct. No more. There's no more correction. Bush stopped all that. In a true capitalist system, you need corrections. You got to correct what's wrong. And when things are overblown, when you have Tesla, PE ratio, 140%, you got to correct that. Guess what we did? We sold it short at $810. We made about 26%. And now we turned around and we bought it again because our color-coded chart turned green. Because now you got people coming in, don't know what they're doing, buying Tesla. But guess what? I'm going to say to them at one point, here, take my stock. Here, take my stock. They'll buy my stock. I'm out. I'm out. And then it'll crash. And they'll wonder why they didn't get out. In a true capitalist system, without a Federal Reserve, which is no more federal than Federal Express, all these corporations and all these people who take all this risk, they should have never taken it, who made terrible, poor decisions, would have failed. And that's what's supposed to happen in the capitalist system. You don't get rewarded in the capitalist system. You do bad, you get hurt. You do good, you're rewarded. But our capitalist system went to hell with Bush, saving the banks because he was saving his pals. We no longer have a capitalist system. We have a corporate economic system. Look what happened in Atlanta, the baseball game. A small cartel of banksters and CEOs of these mega corporations set the agenda for our country. Because they have a complete ownership of our politicians and the media. It's unbelievable. Join my gang, philsgang.com. Free for 10 days.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. Phil'sGang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With Phil'sGang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to Phil'sGang.com. Phil'sGang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color-coded technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days, philsgang.com. Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Corporations used to, they used to be content just selling us products and services, but now it seems like they want to sell us politics. They want to tell us how to think. They want to tell us how to vote.
Oh, no, he's right. Oh, no, he's right. And think about it. We don't have a capitalist system. We have a corporate economic system where we have a small group of banksters with CEOs of these mega corporations. They set the agenda for our country. Because remember, they own the politicians. They own our politicians. They own the Main Street media. But I could have lived with that. But here's what I couldn't live with, is when Bush turned around, a socialist rich kid, he was a closet socialist, always was, he abandoned free market principles. And we're going to pay for that big unless you know how to get out of these stocks when it's time. In the meantime, enjoy the rally. Enjoy the BS. Enjoy the trillions of dollars they're going to keep printing and pushing the stock market up. And then when you go to the supermarket, the full bag of groceries you used to get for $100, then get 2 items, bread and milk. That's right. When he abandoned the free market principles, it was over. A little rich kid born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He destroyed 4 different businesses. His father had to bail him out with his friends to buy the businesses. And he was not trying to save our American market system. He was saving his fellow millionaires and billionaires, and he didn't care about the average American. Our politicians don't care about the average American. Our politicians could care less about the average American. The stock market doesn't care about the average American. And Bush knew as much about saving our economic system as I know about doing a root canal. He was a dope. So what did he do? He turned that task over to who? Another dope. Hank Paulson, who only cared about Hank Paulson and his family. That's all he cared about. And then another dope, Ben Bernanke, and they were partners. All they cared about was themselves and the millionaires and the big trillionaires. That's all they cared about. It's unbelievable. These so-called, I get it. Yeah, they talk about like they're so noble. These are noble Americans. These are patriots. They're going to save Main Street. No, they weren't. Bush and the rest were saving the top 1%. And the problem with that, it never got fixed. They didn't get fixed. They saved the banks. That's the problem. Under the guise of keeping the country out of a depression. What a bunch of BS. Those who committed the crimes in 2008 been rewarded. Those who committed the crimes and destroyed the worldwide financial system, just not ours, but the worldwide financial system, never been punished. They got rich. They've been enriched by the actions of Bush and Paulson and Bernanke. Well, Main Street got screwed. And I'll never forget when he was in Congress, and who was it, the Congressman, Ron Paul, asked, wait a minute, what's going on? Interest rates are down. Who's doing better here? Main Street or Wall Street with your interest rates at 0? Bernanke said, oh, no, Main Street's doing better. Like they care about Main Street. It's unbelievable. So, we got another market crash to look forward to. If you don't think so, remember, this entire 2008 financial collapse was about what? Debt. And what's it now about? Debt. Our debt is humongous. We're going to be at $30 trillion. You know our debt from 2008? From 2008 went up 211%. And from March to March, because our debt went up 211%, they pushed the stock market up from March to March, an increase in $21 trillion in riches. So the very wealthy, from March 2020 to March 2021, the stock market increased by $21 trillion. Do you think that went to Main Street? Drive down Main Street. Tell me, you think they got part of that $21 trillion? No, they didn't. They didn't get a penny of it. It went to the top 100 of 1% of the population. They captured 71.3% of the $21 trillion in gains. The balance was spread among the top 10%. Oh, the 401ks, only 50% of our 157 million workers have a 401k, for heaven's sakes. And only half participate. And all you folks with mutual funds, you got the same problem. You know, it's funny. I designed a mutual fund tracker. Mutual fund tracker. that will tell you about your mutual fund if it's in trouble. It'll give you enough time to get out. Everybody in a 401k knows what it feels like with each one of these crashes we had. You never got out of your mutual fund in time. And you can't short them. That's the problem. You can't short them. At least we, with my Pro 2, our color-coded chart, not only will we be making money on the way up as we are doing. Look, you think I'm sitting here as these stocks are going up? Delusional? Facebook's up 15%. Amazon's up 10%. They're all green on my chart. From the day they turn green, we're up 15, 10, 11%, 18%, 28%. What do you think? I'm just going to sit there and sleep? I'm under no delusion. It's just going to keep going, but 99% of people are. 99% of the people think, oh, the market's never going to come down again. For you people who are in the mutual funds, please. I got a chart you can use for 30 days. It tells you exactly when that mutual fund's in trouble and when you should be out. I said, well, hell, if I can do this with stocks on my Pro 2, where I can tell people when to get out. And remember, that February 2020, when that market crashed, when the spider started to crash, we had a warning. Nobody else had a warning. We had a warning. Time to get out. Because the color-coded chart follows the money. It follows the money. How much better could that be? And I remember the first day that it turned red. I think it was on February 25th, if I'm right. It turned red. I think that was the day. I don't want to be wrong. I think it was the date that it finally turned. But even before then, it started to turn yellow. It started to turn yellow on, it turned yellow on February, what was the date on February? It started to turn yellow, I think, on, I'll be pretty close, February 11th. Remember, the market started to crash, really started to crash, when it really started to turn red, was on, and then it turned yellow all the way until the crash started, which was around February, I think it was, whatever it was. I forget the date, but it was around February 21, something like that. But it worked. It worked. Look, all I can tell you is if you join the gang and you do well, we just want you to help St. Jude's. That's all. Please understand this. If you make money, help St. Jude. I'm here to help you. Our whole team is here to help you. If you think we're full of crap, just for 10 days, try the Pro 2 chart. Try the tracker, the mutual fund tracker. At least try it. The mutual fund tracker, you can try that for 30 days, free. The Pro 2, 10 days, free. So tax hikes, remember, are going to take $4 trillion out of this economy. What do you think that's going to do? Why do you think now they're saying, hey, banks, go buy your own stocks. Go ahead, do stock buybacks so we can hide all this. We don't want you banks going down. We're going to another crash. And think about, because I said the market value increased from March 2020 to March 2020, $21 trillion. And you didn't get much out of that at all. You didn't get hardly anything out of it. Unbelievable. Inflation takes a toll on prices. Okay? On prices. Of all these, especially these high dividend paying stocks. And nobody's thinking about any of that right now. They just think, I'm going to get really rich. Well, yes, you can get rich. You can create a lot of wealth right now with all this momentum. But I'm begging you, at least try to look at the chart where it tells you when to get up. Listen to my radio show. Keep listening to it on my YouTube channel. I'll see you on the charts. Help St. Jude.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877